All right. Is everybody ready? Are we good? This has so been the energy of today, like for real. For real. For real. Let's enunciate properly, Serah. Okay. But oh my God, like my morning, I found one of my girlfriends liked this new meme page or something, or she has friends, knows like the guy, I don't even know. He is so funny. Every single meme. I rolled out of bed this morning, like crying, laughing. Abs hurting, like hysterical, crying, laughing. They were so funny. Amazing. I'll because they're all videos, so I'll see if I can like screen record one and then post them in the stories. Oh my God, they're so funny. I sent them to like all of my friends. Amber, I need to send them to you. Some of us have like a group chat going on. Okay. Yes, we're ready. Yes, we're ready. Okay. Girl, you go to twerk class? You take a twerk class on Saturday? I'll come take a twerk. I'll take a twerk class on Saturday. Okay. I'm sorry. I don't know what's going to happen tonight. My energy today has been all over the place since I woke up like hysterically laughing. So it's been high energy. And at the same time, I've honestly been like zoned into my computer all day. So I'm a little like been stuck in the ethers. And now I'm kind of grounding out with you guys a little bit. Huge announcements to come super soon. I'm waiting until the end of Mercury retrograde. I'm waiting until the new moon, because that's when like I start and announce and move forward with everything. You guys know how we do it. The website is like so nearing completion. There's a light. There's more than a light at the end of the tunnel. There is like the light at the end of the tunnel, and I'm at the edge of the tunnel. So stay tuned for this coming new moon. So yeah, I've been like in computer zone mode, minimal social media, minimal communication with the outside world, minus some dope sister time and some sound baths. So, all right, but we're for sure diving into Soul Circle tonight because it's Tuesday. Okay, so here's what's up. I wanted to love you guys' hearts. Yes. And yes, same vibe. Okay, cool. Yeah, like the energy, I was going like kind of not low energy, but it was like kind of tired. And then I went right back up. Maybe it's because I was all excited to see you guys. That's what's up. It's Tuesday. Okay. So the domain is still Serah Delane. It'll all be in my link tree, all of that stuff. I'm migrating over to another platform. And so there's going to be lots more stuff, and I'm building out Soul Circle Collective, and it's going to be tons of like awesome. I'm just super excited about it. Right. So courses and group programs and one-on-one programs and like tons of fun stuff. So, all right. What's up? Baby Bree. Remember you, honey. Oh, you mean, okay. And yes, and the memes are, she's all, I'm not asking about your site. I'm asking about the memes. Sorry, my bad. I don't know. I was too busy crying. I will screen record and I will post them because they're so funny. They're so funny. Or send me a message and I'll forward you over there. Okay. Thank you, loves. They're all like, I love my hair. Thank you. Okay, so we are doing readings today. Here's what I wanted to shift it up a little bit, right? I'm just like, we need to, like, there's so many things shifting in the energy. Maybe it's just me. Is it me? Is it you guys? How are y'all feeling? Retrograde is whipping your ass. Yes, let's go. Okay, cool. So we're still going to do cards. Cool. So we're still going to do my Sacred Rebels deck. What I wanted to do, you're going through Kundalini. Yes. I'm sorry. That's not always so funny. Kundalini is like legit. It's intense. Okay. We're doing cards. What I wanted to do is bring back something that I haven't done. If you guys ever scroll down on my YouTube videos to like my older videos, I was really feeling into this, and I'm like, I want to, we're going to do like a mashup, right? So I used to do this thing when I was doing other Facebook and YouTube live videos, like, I don't know, 3 years ago, and I called it Tap In. And this started when I was in Sedona, okay, and I used the Keys of Enoch book. Give some hearts if you know, or tell me yes, comment if you know Keys of Enoch. Who here knows the Keys of Enoch? Some of you guys might be like, Akka, what now? I'm gonna wait for that one. Yes, the Kundalini in your sacral and painful. Okay, so just, you're gonna become a snake charmer. It's all good. That's just what happens. But yes, it's intense. Okay, never heard of it. So it's kind of like the I'm gonna say this really gently. It's kind of like the metaphysical Bible. What I mean by that is it's written very much the same, right? So when you open it, it's like very much in the same style. The pages are super thin, right? All that stuff. Gnarly, gnarly, gnarly book. This is like a $200 book. No joke. Go look it up. It's intense. It goes along with, can't think of the other thing right now. It's like a 2-part system. Point is, we would have these gatherings and we would have everybody ask questions, and then we would let the book fall open, and then whatever would be in the chapter of the book or that little paragraph would be the sort of answer to the question. So I want to do a little bit of cards, and I want to take some of your guys' questions and then do a little bit of the book system. Only since I don't have the book of Enoch, the Keys of Enoch, what I am going to do is I'm going to bring my favorite books. Does that sound badass? Do you guys, okay, we say I love it. I love it. Okay, cool. So I have brought 4 of them. I don't know if I'm going to use all 4. I just wanted to like shift up a little bit, right? Because like the cards, we love the cards, and there's so much. I was like sitting here and I'm like, I have all of these gnarly books and I want to just kind of incorporate a lot of different pieces of wisdom. Cool. So, but we're still going to do it with your guys' questions. So you can ask a question for you personally. I love, as you guys all know, like kind of keeping it a little bit like open for the group. But of course, you know, one person asks a question and then it supports the whole group anyway, right? Okay, so we love this. This is your favorite game in the bookstore? Make the world a tarot deck. Yes, exactly. So I don't know. I called it, what did we call it? Bibliography? I don't know. And then, like I said, on YouTube, it was all, I called it Tap In. Okay, so fun. Cool. I love that you guys love this. So here's what we're going to do. This is from my personal stash of books, okay? So I was like, we're going to go a little on the metaphysical, we're going to go a little on the personal development, and then we're going to go a little on like some solid, good relationship book stuff. Okay. So these are all books that I haven't read every single one page to page. However, the majority of them I have, and I do recommend them. Okay. Yay. We have more how funs. Okay, cool. So I love that you guys love this. And if we keep liking this, if this works out well, we can keep doing it. But I still want to incorporate cards, right? And honestly, it's very, very similar to the cards. One, I never know what's going to happen. I never know what the answer is going to be. And yet it always, you guys know how it goes. It always aligns. Cool. So, okay. So is that I see Juliana had a question, but I want to scroll up real quick because I feel like there was one other question before, and I want to see if I missed one. You're wondering if I do card readings. I do them sometimes in sessions. You know, my favorite thing to do. Oh, there we go. Astro Popsicle. Of course, you have a question. The foundation of my work is through reprogramming subconscious, emotional mastery, and spiritual alignment and intelligence, right? So using specific techniques in order to do that. And when I do sessions doing that, I like to throw in some cards to kind of like, it's like an added bonus, okay? But for Soul Circle, we do all of this. Okay, so so first question. So Julianne, I'll come back to yours. I can't quit feeling jealous, upset about a reoccurring hookup. Oh, this is a juicy one. Okay, hold on. Okay, Sarah, I'm jumping ahead. I'm jumping way too far into the future. Pause. I got your question, girl. We're going to roll it. Would you guys like to know what books we're like using? That might be helpful. Like I said, all right, I don't know. My energy is like, there's so many different things. So I'm a little loopy today. Maybe it's because I haven't been drinking coffee. Okay, cool. So first book, my personal favorite. This is my all-time, absolute, hands down personal favorite. I have a very special place in my heart for this book because this was the very first book that I found before my whole awakening. Like legit, straight up, it fell off the shelf in Australia. I went to Australia. I was doing a film project. I was playing a mermaid in a film called Mermaids. And I was like, I need to find like a metaphysical bookstore in Australia because that's where I was drawn to, right? So it was totally before Massive Awakening. And this book, literally, I find the only crystal store that is in like Sydney, Australia at the time. Anyway, right? And literally this book like falls off the shelf. I love it. This is my favorite. It's such an easy read. Personal Power Through Awareness. It's like ridiculous. This is one of the main, look, I still have my old bookmark in here, 23, because I'm born on the 23rd. This is like, I have highlighted so many pages in this, like it's not even funny. Okay, so we're going to use this one. We are going to use Codependency No More. This is a genius book. If you guys don't know it, totally check that one out. Okay, that's relationship stuff. This one, like I got into, and then I kind of put it down, and then I picked it up, and then I put it down, and so I don't know how I feel about it. But since we're all about consciousness, we're going for the conscious heart. Little cheesy, a little bit cheesy, but we're gonna see. And like I was like scanning all of I have such an eclectic bazaar of like metaphysical, healing, energy, subconscious, all that kind of collection. You guys are gonna love this. Where's my you guys are gonna love this one. I don't care what you're into or what you believe, but the book, your book of life. This is all straight Akashic Records. Give some hearts if you know what we're talking about on Akashic Records. Like, what up? And I don't want to scroll up because I got your question. Hang on. Yes, hearts on that. Okay. Yes, I'll repeat. Okay. There we go. There's the hearts. I love them. Okay. So we know Akashic Record. This book is legit. Like, not even playing right now. Okay. So the first book, Personal Power Through Awareness. Can't forget it. Personal Power Through Awareness. Such a badass book. It's so easy. It's easy. This is like easy peasy. Oh, duh. I get it. Okay. So amazing. Like I said, super easy read. Okay, cool. So we have the first question. So I'm going to use a little bit of the book and then, you know, whatever comes through that I end up sharing, but I want to kind of collectively. Cool. Astro Popsicle. Okay. So, and I love this question. This is such a juicy question because who here relates to jealousy? Like, we've all experienced it, whether you try your best to work through it, whether you like don't do so well working through it. Oh my God. And this could be for friendships. This could be for relationships, right? We primarily think jealousy in relationships, right? But you could be jealous of somebody who might be doing what you think is better than you, right? Whatever that is. So, Astro Popsicle says, I can't quit. Yes, hearts. Can't quit feeling jealous / upset about a reoccurring hookup that I know is going nowhere but friends. Girl. Woo. Oh, who relates to that one? We have close mutual friends, so I'll always see him. How can I cut the crap out and move forward? Okay. So, I think we're going to dive into codependency no more. I will read a little bit of I'm going to pick 3 books per question. Okay. So we're going to do codependency no more for that one, because I'm feeling that. We're going to do a little bit of personal power, because it sounds like you might need some of that. And then we're going to do some Akashic records, because I think there's some past life stuff. Okay, cool. So, and this goes for everybody who's ever experienced this, whether it's jealousy in a relationship, right? Or specifically okay, you're hooking up, you don't know if it's moving forward or you're staying friends or whatever. They might be talking to other people. Who knows? Maybe you know, maybe you don't know. That uncertainty feeling, right? Totally get that. Cool. So literally, hang on. I want to do it. I'm going to do it this way. That's not fair. Hang on. Because there's a bookmark in there. So I want to let the book open to, why don't I take out all of the bookmarks, Sarah? Cool. Ready? It's literally all you do. So yes, I get that I'm kind of just skimming through, but I don't know where it's going to land. Okay. So this is personal power through awareness. This is awesome. Okay. So there's a little, paragraph thing there. You are not at the mercy of hidden drives or unknown programs. You have the ability to look inward and find answers. Ooh. If you seek an answer, all you need to do is ask and then listen. It's kind of badass. Or just open a book or show up to Soul Circle. Okay, so ask and then listen. Some things get in the way of our listening, however, and one of those in your picture of what reality is and how it operates. So, it says, and one of those is your picture. So you're getting in the way, the picture that you think or that you expect or that you're anticipating being, right? That's sort of getting in the way of you truly listening to the truth that's coming through you, coming from wherever, your guides, whatever, right? So we get these preconceptions of what we want and what we desire, and it's all ego-based, and then that gets in the way of listening to our own inner truth. So another interference, so I'll read that question, or I'll read that again. Some things get in the way of our listening, however, and one of those is your picture of reality your picture of reality and how it operates. Another interference is a mind that chatters inconsistently and incessantly, one that keeps thinking when you need to rest or think in another way. Okay. So bringing unconscious into conscious, because that's the name of the game, for real. I can't make this stuff up, you guys. I know it's backwards. Okay, so bringing the unconscious into the conscious is the challenge of every situation you are in. If you feel that something you do is not or if you feel that something you do not understand has already happened, or is spending time with what is happening with the intent to solve it, analyze it, and know it. Okay, so send a beacon of energy into the universe and immediately answer, or the answers are immediately broadcast back to you. So that's where we're going with that one. Okay, I love that you guys love hearts on that one. We get so caught up in fear. We get so caught up in expectations. We get so caught up in the story and the fantasy of what you want, and then you're not truly listening. Is this person truly in alignment for you? If it's just a hookup, is it everything that you want, or are you settling? Do you want a badass that is claiming you and oh my God, babe, I see you, you're fucking amazing. We have this amazing hookup, and let's ride this out legit and see what happens. Or do you want somebody who's kind of wishy-washy and doesn't really know what they want? And it's swipe left on all the people who are on a dating app that have the little icon that says they don't know what they want. Because if you know what you want, then this is also a reflection. Oh, okay. So you may not know what you want. And that's why you're bringing into you, magnetizing towards you, people who don't know what they want. Could be. So define it a little bit more of what you want, and tap in and then listen, not from the head, not from the fantasy of what you think or your expectations, blah, 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 really tap in and be is this in full alignment? And remember too, that you might be in full alignment with something and they also have free will. They might not be in full alignment. They might still be processing something that you've already learned lessons with, in which case it's not in alignment either. And you got to like, let them have that space. Cool. So now a little bit of codependency, no more. Pull out all of my bookmarks. This is such a good book, you guys. Like, it's not even funny, this book. And I love how blunt it is. It's just like codependency, because the majority of us are operating from codependency, FYI. So this isn't a judgment on anybody. This isn't like, you know, everybody has, if you have pre-programs or if you have expectations or you've been upset about an expectation not fulfilled or gotten into right? Like everybody has certain level of codependency. And that's what we really need to shift out of in order to find our true sovereign identity before aligning to relationships in a really powerful way. Codependency, not so powerful. Okay. Ooh, okay. Chapter 16. Set your own goals, girl. I added the girl. Believe that life is worth living and your belief will create the fact. Be not afraid to live. That was a little quote from William James. Okay. So the most exciting idea I have discovered in my sobriety and my recovery from codependency is the magic of setting goals. Oh my God. Okay. I love this chapter. Things happen, things change. I accomplish important projects. I change. I meet new people. I find myself in interesting places. I make it through difficult times with a minimum of chaos. Hopefully. I just added that. That's not in the book. Problems get solved. My needs and wants get met. Dreams come true. I am ecstatic about setting goals. I hope I can transmit my enthusiasm to you. There's nothing in the world like going where we want to go, getting where we want, solving a problem, or doing something we have always wanted to do. Many codependents, check this, many codependents don't know this joy. I love your guys' hearts. Many codependents don't know this joy. And we're laughing at ourselves, okay? I spent too many years of my life not even bothering to think about what I wanted. What was the last thing, right? What I wanted and needed, where I wanted to go, and what I wanted to do. Life was to be endured. I didn't think I deserved good things. Who's resonating with this? I'm loving your guys' hearts. Okay. I didn't think I deserved good things. Check yourself if you've ever said these things. I didn't think that most good things were within reach. I wasn't that interested in my life, except as an appendage to other people. That's a fucking truth bomb statement. I wasn't interested in my life except as an appendage to other people, meaning like you're not passionate about your life or following your purpose, and you think that life is just this thing that you're going through and just to like connect with other people, and then hopefully they're going to give you that thing that ultimately you would find from within. Codependent. Okay. Life expected. Okay. Accepted. Okay. I didn't think about living my life. I was too focused on others. I was too busy reacting rather than acting. Oh, I like that. I was too busy reacting rather than acting. Boom, right there. So you're reacting to this situation. You're reacting to whatever it is that they're doing, right? Who else relates to this? Of like, this has to do all with jealousy. Does it like, right? With somebody you're either hooking up with or whatever. If you're in jealousy, then you're in reaction, which means you're not in action. You're not focusing on the true desires that you want. You're not going after the true things that you want. Yes, hearts on that. You're not claiming your fucking power. Bottom line. You're waiting for something else to happen or somebody else to give you permission or somebody else to save you. And FYI, one day you're going to wake up and realize that the universe, in order to be in alignment with the universe, you got to save yourself first. That's what's up. Cool. We'll read. I love that you guys are giving hearts on that. Okay. We'll read one more from the Akashic Records, because if this has to do with some past life stuff, potentially, right? And you guys all know what the Akashic records are, right? So when I say that, it could have to do with past life stuff, or it could be somewhere in the code of your soul's alignment to learn and process through in this particular lifetime, right? Okay, so what about a code of ethics? I like where this is going already. Okay, this will be the last part that I read for this. So no one needs an imposed code of ethics to live by. Ooh, like the shoulds and the shouldn'ts. My mom and I have a joke that the shoulds and the shouldn'ts like live in Nova Scotia somewhere. So it's a whole other inside joke. Anyway, contrary to popular belief, we humans, by large, are cooperative, peace-loving beings. Usually. Laws, let's see. Okay, laws of morality or ethics are useless. Okay, if an individual wants to exist outside of cultural laws, they will. Karma is a result of inner conflict and is hardly brought on by the breaking of some code of conduct set out by a group, neighborhood, township, city, country, region, state, collective mind, realm, world, dimensional reality, or state of consciousness. Unless, of course, the outlaw feels that they are doing something wrong. As soon as they are in conflict, karma enters the picture. Okay. Okay, so what I get with that, because I was like a lot. This is a deep book. This is not an easy read book. Okay, so I'm going to translate. I'm like on one tonight. I'm like, there's like a little spunky something. I don't know what's going on. Okay. Two things. One, where are you putting shoulds and shouldn'ts all over the place? Like you're living in Nova Scotia with this like jealousy, because the jealousy is one, you're projecting the jealousy out and what they should or shouldn't be doing, right? So that's where they're talking about like this ethic of like code that you think they should be living by. And you're in judgment of that. So somebody else's code of ethics, somebody else's way of living, like that's how it is for them. It doesn't necessarily mean that that's how you're going to live your life. And if that's not gelling, right, that's where we talk about values. So it's basically coming down to if their values are different than yours, then it's not going to be in alignment. That being said, though, where are you judging yourself? Where are you in the should and shouldn't do for your behavior? Right? Because maybe you're like, oh, I'm hooking up with this person. Oh, but I really shouldn't do that because whatever, right? Enter in internal dialogue. So where are you in judgment of yourself? Where are you in should or shouldn't of yourself and that relationship dynamic? And where are you in should and shouldn't judgment of how they're acting and how you believe that they should be acting based on, again, full circle to the fantasy of what you would like to then be a reality. Full circle, align with like your personal power, align with what's going to make you super happy, set some goals. Here's another like legit point that we all often do. We get so distracted by like the relationships of things, right? Because it makes us feel good, of course, right? So there's, of course, that fine line of like codependency of, you know, you're wanting connection and like wanting connection versus needing connection. So if you can fulfill that within you, then you can create connection with someone without that like need because you're starving for it versus just having a want for this connection with somebody. Is that resonating? Is that making sense for you guys? So in order to do that, make a list of like the things that you want to do without them. If they weren't around, if you didn't know them, like get on your vibe and your, I don't want to say grind, but like get on the things that make you happy, do you, have a fucking blast doing it, vibrate at that level. And then they're going to turn and be like, oh my God, like she's so happy and vibrant and bright. And like, I want to hang out with that or whatever. Right. And then you get to choose whether that person is in alignment with you or not. So if it's fun and it's like both energy is coming together, cool. But like, do you first. Always do you first. Cool. Does that resonate? I have not. I was holding I was holding the spot at the question. So I haven't seen your guys's. Okay, so needed this. Yes. Okay. Oh Lord, needed this. I love it. Okay, this is awesome. You guys loving the books? That last book. So for those of you guys that just tuned on, we're doing questions, and then I'm opening random chapter or random pages of very specific books that I have chosen. This one is all about Akashic Records, your book of life. We did the Conscious Heart, or I'm sorry, we did not do the Conscious Heart. We did Codependency No More, and my personal favorite, where are we at? I'm like, this is much harder to do, stacking all these books. Personal Power Through Awareness. Okay. So did that resonate with you guys? Yes, yes, yes. Okay, dope. You're welcome, babe. It sounds like, I'm just gonna like throw this out. It sounds like you're not fully aligned with like what your deeper purpose is. And I'm a believer that the success of all relationships, all of them, go hand in hand with how aligned you are to your individual purpose. Because if you're not aligned to your individual purpose, then, right, and this is where we all do this as humans, or at least we have at some point in time. If you're not aligned with your purpose, then like you make it all about them and the relationship, and then what's going on with the relationship, and then wanting to fix the relationship, and then how come they're not talking to you or aligning with you or whatever, right? And then you like lose you because you make it about the relationship. There's nothing wrong with the relationship. You have it aligned with your relationship with a higher purpose. Like, have fun doing that. That is sexy. So if you haven't aligned with your deeper purpose, check in with that. Okay. Do I put the books that I suggest on my Amazon page? I totally can. I believe that Personal Power Through Awareness is already up there because this has been a personal favorite of mine since I was like 19 years old. So I'm pretty sure it will, but I will definitely go on and put the other ones. Okay. All right. We had one other question. Let me see. You guys have put so many amazing comments. I love you. And you're laughing at me, which is usual. A lot of well downs. You guys are awesome. All right. Hang on. Juliana, you had a question somewhere. And you guys start putting, if you want me to answer your questions with the books, and start putting them in right now, and I'll scroll back down to the bottom. Where is your question, girl? I will repeat the name of all of the books at the end again. We need this to be a 2-hour live. Okay. Making your way through Codependency No More right now. Awesome. Okay. Where is Jamie Fox, baby? Hi, love. Are you still in here? Okay. Juliana, will you text your question again? Wait. Okay. I think this is it. How do you know when to let someone go for good or give them another chance? Ooh. All right. How do you know when to let someone go for good? How do you know when to let someone go for good or give them another chance? Let me scroll down to the bottom so I can see you guys. Okay. First, I just want to say on this one, like, you're never really ever letting somebody go, right? You're never really... Like, what if you could, like, we have this concept, see if this resonates. We have this concept, like, when you let somebody go, then like you stop loving them, right? Or it's like, oh, stop giving your energy of love to them, or stop relating with them in like a certain way, right? The expected way that you had at first, right? So if that's happening, remember that like love doesn't disappear, and love isn't something that then you can like contain and put into compartments. So allowing someone to shift the dynamic of the relationship doesn't mean that you have to stop loving them. I don't know why I felt like that was important to say. So see if that resonates. That's either for you, baby, or somebody else that's that needed to hear that too. Yes, hearts. Okay, cool. So, but your question, how to know when to let somebody go for good. That's what I was kind of thinking. Like, you don't really let somebody go for good, but I get what you're asking in this context. Okay. So how do you know when to let somebody go for good, or like continue working on? I'm imagining that's like this romantic situation. You're like, okay, so it's not in line. It's not in alignment, right? Yes. You will always love them. So it just means that the relationship dynamic is shifting, right? And does that mean that then you stop being friends with that person because then what, a romantic side didn't end up going the way that you thought it would? It doesn't mean that then you can't still maintain love and connection in a different context, right? Because love doesn't ever disappear. Okay. Interesting statement. Love does disappear, especially in a bad relationship. I actually disagree with that statement. So of course, everything, whatever resonates with you guys, but if we're taking the context of love itself, right? Again, like I was saying, because then we're thinking that love is this thing that then we can grab and put into a jar, and that's going to hold the relationship together. And that then if the relationship goes away, then like it disappears. But then that's not us coming from the highest versions of ourselves saying that we are always loved, that love is always present. A bad relationship doesn't mean that you stop loving that person. It just means that you're setting stronger boundaries. It just means that you're going to hold space for them to shift in their time, because maybe they're not doing, that's more judgment, but let's just say it, right? Like, if however they're acting is deemed bad or negative, right, then it means that they're processing karma, old patterns, right? Shit that maybe you've worked through. And it's still somewhere in our field if we're still attracting it. So it doesn't mean, though, that love disappears. We have to get away from this concept that love is something that then we can hold and compartmentalize and like hoard. You know what I mean? Like, oh, there's love here. And if it's not going to be the way that I see it being, then there's no love here. Like, why? Why can't there just be love present all the time? Even if you fucking hate somebody, even if they hurt you so bad, think about this. You would have to love them. You would have to be able to love them in order for that hurt to feel like hurt. If it wouldn't hurt if you didn't love them. So no matter what they're doing that's bad, there's still love there, even if it's hate. Hate is an emotion that's on the opposite side of the spectrum of love, but it's still the same spectrum. It didn't disappear. It didn't go away. You're just relating with that emotional dynamic differently than you were. You're either relating it in a loving, harmonious, peaceful way, or you're relating it in a angry, fearful, whatever kind of way. But it's all on the emotional spectrum, right? So I just wanted to touch on that. And I love you. And that goes for so many people. I think of so many people. Yes, we're getting tons of hearts on that because everybody's experienced that toxic relationships. Good Lord, I have, right? So I totally feel you on that. I absolutely, absolutely do. Everybody does. And yet we have to shift out of that conversation of saying that love disappears, because it doesn't, right? Let's continue being open. Let's continue saying, okay, yes, this shit happened in my past. I am the fucking writer of my story. And I'm going to choose how to relate to love. I'm going to choose that no matter what's happened in my past, I'm going to be heart open and fucking free to love as I will, right? Even if somebody's bad behavior is doing something, that doesn't mean that you have to change who you are. I love you so much. Love all of you. Did that resonate? Okay. Back to, how do you know when to let go of somebody? Okay. Loving this, nailed it. Yes. Okay. And clapping hands. Okay, cool. So back to when to know when you should truly let go of somebody, still with love, but truly let go of somebody or continue on. We're going to do, oh, okay. I'm just using my intuition on this one. We're going to do emotional codependency. We're going to do conscious heart. Okay. I'm just going to open it. Interesting. Okay. I don't know what this is. Okay. So it's on the end of a chapter and then the beginning of a new chapter. What was this chapter? Hold the phone, guys. Yeah. Okay. I don't think it was supposed to be this new chapter because this is consciously creating abundance dealing with money issues. Okay. I think it's this past chapter. So it's this last page that was chapter breakup or breakthrough, how we confront a sexual crisis. Does that sound like that one resonates? I think so. Okay. So there's literally one last paragraph to this chapter. Let's see. Express less creative energy. No, I want that. Okay, I'm grateful that I have learned that when I consistently speak the unarguable truth, I release an abundance of creative energy. My creativity flows exponentially. In communicating the truth in the moment, I let go of agendas, assumptions, and the illusion of control. Woo! That lets me allow the perfection of the universe to unfold. I also see that where I resist my own uprising energy and that I have been requiring others to express less of their creative energy so that I could stay comfortable, I have now committed to being a space in which creativity blossoms in me and those around me. What I see now, and then he's going into, this is a reflection. So what I see now is that Kristen was a huge reminder to me to keep my deep creative connection alive. Creativity. It wasn't about sex or having a beautiful 20-something-year-old attracted to me. It was about whether I was going to do whatever it took to keep the juicy, wild energy flowing through me. This is so badass right now. It was about whether I was going to be truly alive or to cash in my chips and turn the rest of my life into a greatest hits album. I feel magnificently alive now. And I see that Catherine is surfing the edge of that same wave of aliveness. To see that light of creativity and love flowing through her at the highest level and to feel it in myself, that is the best of all possible outcomes. Like, I feel like that's kind of all we need to read on that one. So, girl, here's what I want to say about this. Relationships are, one, there's nothing wrong with the relationship. It's how the people are relating to this consciousness that we call relationship. And it can be when you're not in that codependent trying to get something else from the other, then you can come together and both of your like fully whole and complete energies can fuel this creative expression. Woo, especially through sex. And some energy waves like spiraling through the Kundalini channels. Okay? That can be super badass when you have a partner that knows how to do that. And that can activate even more creativity, right? So in answering the question when to let go of a partner, right? It's like, what is the intention for getting into the relationship? Conscious relationship is cool. Let's come together. Let's learn about ourselves. Let's experience a deeper and higher level of ourselves and accessing those higher states of consciousness, creativity, self-growth, deeper levels of self-love, all of those things. So if that's not taking place in the relationship, if that's what you want in the relationship. So again, coming into like what your intention is for the relationship, if that's not what's happening anymore, if you guys have hit like a plateau, right? Relationships do all the time. Every single relationship. I don't care whether you're single and you're in a plateau with yourself, or you're in a relationship committed and you're hitting a plateau with each other. The thing that will get it to the next level, right, is how are you being creative? What are you learning new? What can you guys take a course together? Can you have a brainstorming session about something, right? Like what are you creating together? Whether it's a physical child or like something, some sort of project, something, right? Like all relationships, friendships and other, it's like, what are we coming together and then to create? That's fun. That's what's up. So if that's not happening, and if you've hit that plateau and one of you is either descending or just not moving and the other one wants to ascend, then the vibrations, like it's not matching. So I would say, how do you know when to truly leave a relationship outside of course, if there's like toxic behavior, abuse of any kind, emotional, physical, all of the above, right? So that's not exactly what we're talking about. If that's happening, get the fuck out now. Like, you don't got to think about it. I think that's like, everybody knows that, right? And if it's kind of like, oh, it's good, but I don't know, but it's kind of stagnant. And then, but like, if I leave, then am I going to find somebody else? And am I going to be left, like end up alone and blah, blah, right? Would you rather stay in a stagnant, suffocating relationship? Or would you like, that's not creative? Or would you like have that conversation with them? Like give them an opportunity first off, right? So if you're in committed relationship, like give them that opportunity to be like, hey, feeling kind of stagnant here. What could we do together? What can we learn together? How can we like date each other again, so to speak, right? Or whatever that looks like bring back some creative fire, right? That's what this was kind of sharing, I believe. So that can be fueled into your sex life, that could be fueled into your purpose. And that's all relationships, right? So if you're stagnant in one area of your relationship or in one relationship, then you're going to find stagnancy in all others. So getting back to something creative, getting back to, and whether that's you, like I said, like learning something or, you know, like bringing in information, or whether that's you putting out information with something creative. So maybe you've wanted to paint or do something musical, or like do something that your heart is calling you to that you haven't been doing because you've been so focused on the relationship and trying to fix it. And so you've lost that sort of creative energy. Does that make sense? Or does that resonate with you guys? I feel like everybody can kind of, have the experience with that, right? Yes, hearts. Okay, dope. Are you guys loving these books? They're dope, right? Okay. Okay. Let's see. Hi, Magdalena, baby. Can't fake it till you make it. Truth comes out in the end. We can't fake anything until we make it anymore. Like authenticity is the new game. Like whatever like dating or relationship game, you know, that anybody used to have, like that's so outdated. Like the 3-day rule, it's out. The whole like schmoozy, like mask, like show up with what you think that you should be for the other person, whatever, that's so outdated. The new game is like, it's not fake it till you make it. It's not be something that you're not. It's like literally first discover who you authentically are, right? You know, everybody says like be yourself, but if you don't know who yourself is, then like that's not going to help you any. So one, identify with who the authentic, badass version of you is, and then show up authentically as that and be real with that. That's the new game. That's the new hot. That's sexy. I was just saying, right? Yes, hearts. Okay. What do we got? Let's see. Hi, universal love, with a bunch of numbers after it. 111777444. Okay, awesome, badass. Where's the 333s, yo? That's my jam. Definitely open for discussion. What is the question, love? You have lots of comments on here. Is there... what is the ego? Okay, that's like, so let's see, toxic behavior, something, ego, quantum theory. You're putting psychology and quantum theory and toxic behavioral patterns into like a whole codependency. That's a lot though. And yes, I see exactly what you're talking about. Let's break it down like this. You guys have heard me say so much. The ego is your inner child. Please stop saying kill the ego when you can't, right? And the whole like, it's an integration. It is an integration. We keep separating things, right? And we have been doing that because we need to understand things. So everything is like this jumbled mess, kind of like that comment, right? And it's like you have psychology, and then you have quantum theory, and then you have toxic behavior, and then you have codependency, and then you have subconscious patterns, and then you've got clingy, and then you've got belief systems, right? So we've been putting it all in this like jumbled mush, and we don't understand. And if we don't understand something, then our heart can't be open. When we do get into understanding, then our heart can be open, right? Because if you don't understand something, then think about it like you don't understand. And so then you're like, I don't know. Doesn't feel safe because I don't know. If you have, I don't know, then you close off, right? So if you get into understanding, then you will be able to be heart open. In order to get into understanding, we have this jumbled, like I said, mesh of like human behavior, psychology, like all of that stuff. So what we've been doing is compartmentalizing it, pulling it apart into different pieces. So then we can look at it individually and understand each one individually. So that then we will understand ourselves more, right? So you got it, like that's like so much. That's like all of ego all in one, right? And all of like your humanness and spirit and everything. So it's a process of separating, compartmentalize, like organizing. In order for like self-understanding, we need organization of who we are. That's what self-love is, really. It's understanding and organization of self and how messed up we are. So then we can unmess ourselves. Okay. You guys are having an internal conversation that I don't know. So she's answered. Thank you, Chanti. Whatever you guys are talking about. Okay. Yeah. No, universal love. We know that you totally understand. I was just taking your comment and like using it as like, it was such a perfect example, right? Because there was all of those things in one question. And that's, I feel like so much of how many of you guys are like, what, like, it's like right when you like learn a bunch of stuff and you think that you know, and then there's like so many other things that then you realize you don't know anything, and everything is so jumbled, and we're all just trying to understand it so that then like what's I would love to hear from you guys. What is your, and we'll get back to questions for sure. Oh my God, because it's already been an hour. Maybe we won't have time for questions. That's what I'm going to do. I want to hear, what is your guys' intentions for wanting to know self? Wanting to really have self-mastery, self-understanding, self-love, bettering your relationships. Like, what is your intentions for that? Like, what is your why? Like, why is that important for you? I really would love to take a last few minutes and hear in your comments, like why that's important for you and what that is. Not what that is. Like why this understanding is important for you guys. I love that. So I don't hurt people. Love that. That makes me want to cry. I want to fulfill my purpose so I can add value to the world. Fuck yeah. Oh, that makes me want to cry in a different way. Contentment. Bye. Would love. Different timing. So I can grow. Okay. Why is growing important for you? Happiness. Why is happiness important for you? I love asking these questions. I love making you guys think, because if nobody's asked you these questions, if you don't know why it's important for you, right, then like we got to get in touch with like why that drive and that passion is, why we have this commitment for self-mastery and understanding. Identify a purpose. Cool. Why? I feel like I'm going to be like that little kid. But why? But why, Mom? So I am a better person to the others and feel good in my skin. Oh, I like that. I can relate to that. I have been feeling so good in my skin recently. It's not always the case for me. I totally resonate with that. Okay, so I can help people grow and live their truth. Dragon, I fucking love you. To just to be love and live from a place of purpose and intention. Boom. Love that. To be as authentic and loving to everyone. Contentment and self-love. Awesome. Why? Why? Keep asking you guys, like, keep asking why. Why are these things important for you? And when you write an answer, like, ask why to that answer. Like, get to the root of like you'll know it when it hits you. And it's so important. We don't ask ourselves why enough. Okay, I'm going to stream through these super, super quick. Power of attraction. Boom. Check that. Fucking hot. Yes, please. Look at that like connection between the hearts and the geometry in that. And it's like all white love. That's spiraling Kundalini energy. Get it. Okay. What you want wants you. Focus on what you're going. Focus on what you want. And then you'll attract what you want. So why do you want it? And then you'll attract it. Big, bold vision. Get into the big, bold. Go deep and keep asking yourself why. And then go big and see what you can create with that. What's like possible for your ultimate future. I love you guys so much. Thank you for always tuning into Soul Circle every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. My name is Serah, your Conscious Lifestylist. Stay tuned for the new moon for website updates. Mwah! Have an amazing night. Bye, loves, and bye, YouTube.